Hi everyone, it's Kathy and I'm here today with Myra and she's going to show us around her garden. Heather's behind the camera again, so thank you Heather for filming and editing this lovely video for you today. And Myra's been here in this lovely Waterloo neighborhood for 33 years. So Myra is going to show us around and let us know how she planned and executed this beautiful Japanese style garden.
Okay, and it is Japanese. I based everything on the three things that combined for a Japanese garden, and that is having rocks and having water, the sound of water, and also just greenery, just plain simple greenery. Okay, so we can start here.
Okay.
And these are just the regular hostas. And so we have this Japanese maple, which was about 3 feet high when we first put it in. And I've only really started to develop the garden, I guess, in the past 15 years, although we've been here for 33. But I was raising the 5 children, hardly ever came outside. And so that's when it all started. But I love gardening. I spend all my time out here from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Okay, and this is a quince, and I like the quince because of the fruit. We don't eat the fruit, but I like it for flower arranging mostly. And my hydrangea, and this is new because I used to have an ash tree, a huge ash tree in this area. But now that because of the emerald ash borer, it wasn't doing very well. So we took it down, and now I grow my tomatoes here because it's one of the sunnier spots in my garden. That's my Rose of Sharon, and I've never been able to grow Deutzia, and this is a cherry blossom Deutzia, and it's only because I have more sun now. Now I love growing these single-stemmed chrysanthemums. But it's way too early. Usually we harvest them in the fall. October is our show, and already I've got a blossom. But these are my little indoor plants that I really treasure. They're all in the shade because they burn. And this is the pond my husband built about 10 years ago. And it's one of the first, I guess the last 2 years I've had actually lotus with blossoms, because there's never been enough sun.
Right.
Yeah. But so we started with, of course, 1 or 2 of the lettuce and the flowering hyacinths, and now look, it's just gone crazy. I like it for the shade, for the cold water fish. They're probably not going to come up for us because they're really sweet. Only if you feed them. I should have brought some food for them.
Oh, there's a few.
I have a lovely koi in there, just one, because I've had them eaten by blue herons. They're so big that I had to run back in the house. I was afraid of it. It was bigger than I was. And also I've had mink.
Oh,
Totally clean out the whole thing. Yeah. Yeah. Apparently there's a mink farm around. Yeah. And as you can see, I love maples, Japanese grass. Those are those infamous ornamental oregano.
Oh, right.
I guess Gary really liked them, and so then I ended up buying them when he bought his.
What is this tree?
Oh, that is oh my gosh, I can't remember now.
It's such an
Isn't it
interesting
lovely?
tree.
I use it for my arrangements. Yeah, because of the look of them. Yeah. And of course they're deciduous because they do lose their the needles at the end of the year. And then this is the little pergola, which used to be a children's jungle gym. And so I thought, rather than take it down, I thought, this is a nice place to sit and just contemplate. So I brought my little Buddha out, and it is very nice under here. And I have wisteria, which finally blossomed after over 10 years. I had this bush or branch, and then finally last year it bloomed because I have more sun.
Okay. So people should not give up then.
Yeah, that's right. You never know. The garden changes constantly.
Yes.
And I just like to show you my rhodos. I used to have 5, now I have 4. But yeah, I just love those. Okay. And this part I did do later on. Bergenia. I love Bergenia for flower arranging. And my huge hosta that's there, Mukdenia. It turns a lovely red in the fall, and that's the only reason why I planted it. And I have no idea what the name of this is. We'll have to look it up. Lots of hydrangeas that never blossom because there's not enough sun. Yeah, this is a Zen garden. So we rake the pebbles. I mean, we have to clean all the debris, but I find just cleaning the debris very peaceful. It's a mindless job. And so I could sit here for hours.
Yeah. Well,
You know, every little pine needle or whatever that falls there, I like to clean it. So they usually have 3 elements to a Zen garden. And usually one is land, one is a turtle, and one is like the ocean around it. So that's why you kind of do the pattern that way, the ripples of the water. And this is a tree peony, which you always plant deep, like about 12 inches deep when you first get it. And I love peonies. This is my azalea and crocosmia. This is my peace rose that my sister gave me because of Hiroshima, and they just had their 75th.
Right.
Yeah. And I love irises. Irises are so important for the Japanese flower arranging. You see so many different arrangements.
This is beautiful.
Isn't that nice? That's like a crocosmia, very similar to that one. And of course, there's my lovely double flowering almond bush. It's new this year.
Nice.
So it got center stage. This is a different type of iris. And ferns. I don't know how I fell in love with ferns, but I do have a few different ones. These are otherwise the very common ferns. But they love paths, lots of stone. In a Japanese garden.
Pachysandra?
Oh yeah, Pachysandra, that's right. Yeah. Sweet William. Jacob's Ladder. These are a few of the painted ferns. And the sweet pea. That really is a huge plant. And what do we call this?
Viburnum.
Oh, viburnum, yeah. And then with a Japanese garden too, they like taller plants in the front, so you get depth to the back. And so that's why I planted this tree. Now it's getting way too tall for here, and I'll probably have to cut it back. You can tell I've been, pruning it all along. But that's to give the perception of depth. Anemones. Oh, I have rhubarb back there. That's
Yeah, we should mention that Myra is an excellent baker too.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I love baking. I know I was wanting to see if you want to stay for tea. And that's my second double flowering almond.
Okay.
Yeah. I drove all the way, I guess about an hour or so, just to pick these up. from the lady. I'd been asking her for like 4 years for one of these. And so she finally remembered me and phoned me and emailed me and said, "Oh, I have 2." I says, "I'll take them." So I drove all the way to her place. So again, iris is at the front. And of course the hydrangeas and my lilac bush. And this had been at the back for years, never having a blossom at all. And finally, now that we're in the front, it makes all the difference. Yeah. And now, oh, that's my Daphne.
Oh.
It has lovely pink flowers in the spring. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Myra, for inviting us to
you're
your
welcome.
beautiful garden and explaining all the principles of Japanese gardening. I think in these days we can always use a little peace and tranquility in our lives.
For sure.
And for sure that you found it in your garden.
Yes.
So thank you so much.
I just love being here.
If you enjoyed our video, I hope you'll subscribe to our channel, and that way you won't miss any of our upcoming content. So see you later. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.